Hello everyone, welcome back to the Traxion YouTube channel. Welcome to week 2 of our video series, which now has a name. Last week, we put the ball in your court and asked you guys to come up with a name for the series. Now, this series is all about me driving a different car every single week for 12 weeks to see if my ability as a sim racer is compromised. And thanks to Dan Elgin, he's come up with the name Done and Dusted. Last week, we drove the Ferrari GT3 at Watkins Glen, which means we can no longer drive any of the GT3 cars for the remainder of the series. So for week 2, we've gone in a completely different direction. We've chosen the Formula Ford at Lime Rock Park. Now, I'm not too bad in the Formula Ford, and I know Lime Rock Park quite well. So it's really important that I make the weeks count where I'm competent in that car and on that track. So qualifying went pretty well for this one. We've qualified on pole position, but as you'll see, we didn't get the best of starts. So can we build on the iRating that we gained last week? Well, let's get on track and find out. Here we go then. This is going to be extremely tough. I've got to hope those guys behind start getting scrappy and we can just drive off into the sunset. That would be the ideal scenario, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we're just waiting for one guy to grid. Here we go. We're using the H pattern shifter. There we go. Guy on my left got a cracking start. It's Christian.
Car right. Still there. Hold your line. He's still there. He's still there. Hold your line.
Could have done without this. Woo. We didn't need that from the off, did we? Nice and gently round here, first lap. We don't want to be going off with cold tyres.
This is great.
Get off there. I didn't think we'd be able to hold that there. So sketchy over that crest. Oh. I need to figure that out.
You've got 10 men car left. Clear left. You're in the lead. The guy behind has just done a 55.3.
Might be a defensive race, this one. Need Christian to start pushing Crispin now. Right, figure this turn out, Dave. I think we're just pushing a bit too much on corner entry there, I think.
That's the fastest lap of the race. That was 55.1.
Ooh.
Dave. Don't let this guy distract you.
He's distracting me, Jim. Oh, Christian's off behind.
Incident in downhill. You think it might be Ortega? New fastest lap for Williamson, 54.6.
He might go for the inside there, you know. We're going to have to... Oh, he's gone. We're going to have to watch we don't leave that door open, but he's gone.
It looks like Williamson.
Relax. Easy said than done round here, though. So easy to make a mistake. So we just don't need to push it now. 2.3 seconds to Tom. Hopefully we can just hold on to this lead.
You're matching race pace.
We'll have a look and see what happened to those guys at the end. I think they just lost it all by themselves, I think. So I'm not using the clutch on the downshift. I'm just blipping the throttle. I think the Formula Ford has a dog box, which means you don't have to use the clutch on the downshift. We just need to rev match, blip the throttle, and it will just click into gear. But obviously I'm using the clutch on the upshift.
To land behind is increasing. It's now 2.8. Fastest lap. The guy behind has just done a 54.9.
Get off there. Oh.
Fastest lap for Ortega, 54.5.
Flying. Christian's still going. He's not completely dead, but he's right at the back.
That's half distance. You're looking good for fuel.
Car number 1. It's a good job he's not doing this challenge. That's not where you want to be. So Tom's not catching up. We're not pushing too hard. It's nice and steady at the moment. But it is easy to make a mistake. It really is. We're going to have to watch the downshift going into turn 1 as well. I don't want to over-rev the engine.
You've just done a 54.7. The guy behind has just done a 54.7. That's a new fastest lap for Williamson, 54.4.
It's so dependent on weight transfer, the Formula Ford, you know, little lifts and little bits of trail braking. It really responds to that.
Come on, Dave, just 5 minutes left.
Probably more so than any other car on the sim, actually. Really easy going down that hill there, just to put your left tyres on the grass as well. What we don't want is any back markers to appear on the relative. We don't want that gap to come down any. .4 the gap. I'm really surprised we managed to hold on to the lead at the beginning with Christian getting the inside line for turn 1. I was a bit sloppy there, left the door open. I didn't think I'd left that much room, but obviously I did. Gap's now 2.3. Focus, Dave. Tom's flying. He's on a charge.
laps now, 2.4 seconds.
He is flying though, Tom. My fastest lap of the race, that one?
That's a new fastest lap for Williamson, 54.2. The guy behind has just done a 54.4.
So fast these guys though, there's no break, there's no let up. Even though we're leading, the gap's coming down 2 seconds. He only needs another 7/10 and he's probably in draft. So if we make a mistake, then we're in trouble. But if he does get in striking distance, this is going to be the widest Formula 4 you've ever seen.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
2 more laps, I think. Yeah, I'll make this Formula 4 about 10 foot wide. So brake bias, I'm running 54% for those that are interested. If you're going to run this series yourself, I think 54% is a pretty decent number this week here. The only place where you've got to be careful is turn 1, but it's not too bad. Look at the gap now, 1.7. Ho ho ho! Just tease him. We'll just tease him. So 1 more lap. .8 the gap, so we don't need to do anything silly. Guy in P3 is flying as well. He's got draft though, I guess.
Come on, Dave. 1 more lap. Keep it together. We'll win this.
We're car number 4, I think, as well. So if we can hold on to this win, then there should be a real good iRating gain for this one, which will stand us in good stead for the series where we're not going to be very competitive. If we can hold on to it. One more turn. No heroics, Davey boy. There we go, nice and easy. We'll take that. Week 1 P2, week 2 P1. Yes.
That's a win. Great job. Well done.
We'll take that. We had to work for it at the beginning. But we will take that. Be interesting to see what we gain there. Car number 4. Be interesting to see what we gain. Should be healthy. Well, let's have a look and see what happened to Christian and who else was it? Crispin. I think if your name begins with a C, you spin off. Let that guy go. Right, I'll just pull over around here. In fact, these guys are probably going to go in the pits. I don't want to get rear-ended here. There we go. Happy days. Right, so let's see what happened. Right, let's just have a look at the opening few turns. It was absolutely vital that we stayed in front of Christian here, and he almost got us clear after this first couple of right-handers. So a little bit of a cheeky move there on the right, but I did leave him room, my mistake. But look how close we get here. The wheels are literally kind of entangled there, so his rear wheels in between my wheels. And if you look there, he almost gets us clear. It was crucial we stayed ahead at that point. And he's still got the inside line there, but his speed's compromised, and that was it. And because of that, he lost a position to Crispin. Right, let's have a look and see what actually happened to Christian and Crispin. So, as I alluded to, really easy to dip a wheel onto the grass going down the hill to the final turn. And that's exactly what Christian did. So you can see in the dip, left tyre's on the grass, and it's all over. And thankfully, Crispin did it all by himself as well. Just a little bit of over-rotation into the left-hander coming up. Maybe he had to dab on the brakes a little bit harder because he was close to the rear of my car. But that coupled with the curb, well, it's a recipe for disaster. Somehow he managed to get it round and probably didn't lose that many positions, to be honest. 4. So let's check out the results. So there were 5 splits for this race. This was the top split. The strength of field was 2,694. So we gained safety rating. Not much. We only got 1 incident point, so I'm surprised at that. But look at that. That's the number that we're interested in. We gained 62. So we got the win. Tom P2 and Oliver P3. Crispin managed to get his way back to P6, and Christian clawed his way back to P8. So the biggest iRating winner this week was Sam Wang. He finished P4. He gained 66. And the biggest iRating loser is going to be Christian Ortega. He lost 71. So there we go. After all that, we managed to bring it home with the win. Safety rating gain and a nice healthy iRating gain of 62. Add that to the 44 that we gained in week 1, and we are plus 106 iRating. But bear in mind, the 2 car track combos that we've done so far, well, I'm quite competent in those cars on those tracks. I've got a funny feeling that over the next 10 weeks, it's not going to be that easy. Who knows what we're going to be racing in week 3, but we know for certain it's not going to be a GT3 or a Formula Ford. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great week. Keep it pinned.